All right, let's take our bands, fold them in half. Bring your hands kind of wide, or as wide as they'll go on whatever band you have, right? Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Find that parallel position with your feet. Zip up your abs. Start to make those circles a little bigger. Good. Leave those arms overhead. Pull out on the edges. Pull out. So see if you can coordinate a step touch with pulling out on those bands. So you're going to get a little shoulder work here because your arms are over your head. You're going to get a little bit of tricep, I hope, because you're pressing out. Your palms, by the way, are kind of pushed in opposite directions, facing away from each other. Keep pushing out. Don't let it be saggy. Press out. Good. Keep that going. Bring that band in front of you. Keep your step touch. Pull back. Now this one, try not to go double time. When you step to the left, you're pulling back, in my case. Last two like that. Hold it back. Try and get it opposite. As you pull back, you're also squeezing those shoulder blades and you're pulling out on the band. So you may still feel this a little in your shoulders, but we need to feel it in those posture muscles. Two more here. Relax those shoulders. Again, hopefully those shoulders are feeling something. Last time, tighten up on that band. Good, keep that going. Sorry, I just got a little, just make sure this is okay. Never mind, sorry. I thought I was losing my battery, which could also happen. All right, so a little tension on the band. Good, and then we're gonna bring it up and overhead like that, and we're gonna change our step touch to a step in front. Bend the opposite leg. Good, and then we'll add that knee lift. Up and over with your arms. And then back through center, keep that knee lift going and start to bring it across. In a moment, we'll stay on our right leg and double time this 4, 3, 2, right leg. Two more. Step touch. Relax those shoulders. Toes in front. Arms out. Press out. Push out. Push out. Push out. Push out. Good. Add a knee lift. And then we start going up and over again. In a moment, we'll stay on that left side in double time. In 4, 3, 2, left only. Two more. Beautiful. Relax that down. You can move your band away. Roll those shoulders a few more times. Keep that going. Step touch. Add a little lunge into it. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Keep those legs wide. Shoulders out of your ears. Come on down. Drop that right shoulder and look up over the left. Maybe even lift that arm up. Bring it down. Other way. And lift it up. Hands down. We're going to alternate. Widen those legs. Bring one arm down. Other arm up. Like you're skating. Chest is up a little though. Try not to drop the head down. So you kind of keep an eye on me. And then start to come up. Just like last little warm up here. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big deep breath in. Roll that back and down. All right, we're gonna grab that band. My music got really loud, but it was a fun song for me. Bring that band behind your left leg and around, right? So we're kind of lassoing that left leg. Now, if you want to have your chair handy for balance, you can. I'm hoping you won't need it, but you can have it over to your right if so. Bring that left leg up, right out from your hip, right? For now, let's just use that right arm, palm up for me, right? And as always, forearm, knuckle, and wrist are in a line, not dropped and definitely not cocked here. Just bring that in and pivot that left leg open. So you're pivoting right here from the hip, trying to keep your leg at hip height, noticing what's going on in your hips, doing your best, woohoo, not to let those hips start wobbling or moving. Good. Hold the leg there, take your left hand, again, palm to the sky, just a little bit of shoulder work here. If that feels really tight, just, scoot your fingers a little farther out on your band so it's not so tight. This is kind of therapeutic work, so shouldn't be super heavy. Last 2 and last one, we're going to put those 2 things together. So we pivot open and we pivot open, right? Pivot open, pivot open. I notice that I'm starting to sit into my right hip, so I'm going to pull that sucker underneath. Last 2 and last 1. Ooh, shake that out. Hopefully you can feel that a little bit. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So we fold that band in half, bring it around the right leg, grab the tail with your left hand, elbow just tucked in next to your body to start with. Right leg is up. And to start with, we're just going to pivot open. And again, notice if you've sat into that left hip, do your best to stay tall. Good. Now keep the leg in center and just pivot that arm open, palm to the sky. A little bit, again, of kind of therapeutic work for your shoulder. Not a big deal here. You can also try facing your palm towards you if that feels better to you. And then we put those 2 things together. Two more. Nice. All right. Now we're going back to the first leg, but this time we're going to lasso the foot. So left foot is in the band, right hand has hold, and this time I do want you to have your palm facing me. Step apart and bend your right knee, so you're lunging just a little bit to the right. Make sure that right hand is kind of resting against your leg. You can even bend the elbow a little bit, and then we'll turn those left toes in, and we're going to start that lift for the outer hip. Try to keep the weight off of that back toe, so try not to shift back, but stay lifted. If you wanted to, if you have that adequate tension and not too much, you can add a bicep curl with your right hand. Again, my elbow is tucked right up against my body on this one. Right leg is not exactly on vacation. 2 more here. Leave everything up. So we have extension in that leg, toe turned down. We have that bicep curl. Pulse both of them a little more, a little more, a little more. And bring that down. Keep your band across that left foot, but move the band, top of the band to your right hand. Left hand, sorry. Same leg, same arm, left and left. Step forward with your right leg and back with your left this time. Bring that left arm just a little ahead of you, try not to round, and then bring that leg up. You're going to bend it a little bit and kick it back. Bend it and kick it back. Bend and kick. And you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to bring that in, bicep curl. And then what we want to do is curl as we extend, release. Curl and extend. Good. Left leg can also bend and straighten. Good, 2 more. Bring that down, hang out for a second, and no, we're gonna switch it up, sorry. So you can keep the band in your left hand and tuck your right hand there. And then again, we're gonna bring that bicep right over, we're gonna step over, gonna bend that left leg, right toes are gonna turn in, and we're gonna start that lift. If you want to add that bicep curl, feel free. Keep the elbow tucked up against your body to be a little more protective of that joint. Ribs down and in. Two more. Very nice. And we turn. We're going to grab that band. So we right hand, right leg, step forward with the left, lunge into it. We'll start with that back leg up. And once it's up, you bend and straighten. And then as you straighten the leg, you bend the arm. So they both come close to each other and then go away. And again, this is where if you needed to, you can have your hand out on something for balance. And that left leg can be bending and straightening. You only have 4 more. And relax. All right. We're going to come back and bring that across. It's going to be on your left. You're okay, sorry. And we will use the chair for balance this time. Bend that right leg, lift that left leg up, and try and get it at hip height. Then you're going to bring your arm back, tricep extension. Just a little tricep extension, and then you're going to press through the leg. So again, leg and arm get closer together, and then they both extend away. Try and keep that foot at hip height. And again, it's just a little press with the heel and a press back with the arm. Right leg is bent. And on this one, you will be leaning into that right side. Last 2, last 1. Woo, hope y'all felt those. All right, let's switch and do that on the other side. Step into it with your right leg. And I'll switch around just so you guys can see. Bend that left leg, bring that right leg up. Try and get it all the way up to hip height. Bend and straighten that leg and tricep press. So pinky is towards the sky for that tricep. Left leg stays nice and bent. And try not to make this a kick out front, but like a kickboxer's kick. Two more, and bring that down. Outer hips, we're going to give them a little bit of love. Cross that right leg over the left. Send those hips back, as always, tailbone up, left leg is bent. Round it under, and then really extend it out again. From there, cross right over left, stand up, right arm up and over. Beautiful. And then we're going to cross left over right, bend that right knee, press it open, stick that tailbone out, round it under, stick it out, really extend that spine, and then left over right, and we go up and over. Very nice. All right, we're going to come into the chair. This is that kind of goofy, silly one, but I feel it works. All right, let's lasso your right leg, please. So band across, hopefully the arch of the foot for now. And then you're going to grab the tubing. For now, you can just have the pinky towards the back of the room. In a minute, we're going to be doing some triceps. So you can decide if you want to be there or if you want to press back like that, but that puts internal rotation on your shoulder, not so beautiful. Make sure that this bent knee helps you sit tall rather than roll back. And now we lift that right leg and we kick it out so that you feel your quads start to work. And then we're going to bend at the tiniest bit and press. So a minute ago, it was a kick with the heel to get those hamstrings and that glute area. And now it's the quads. And then we add that tricep extension. Arm goes down when the leg comes out. Down as the leg comes out. So quad and tricep. Sitting tall. And again, it's more about the extension in that leg than the bend. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Let's hold everything and give me the tiniest push. Pulse, pulse. 8. And bring that down. Oh, all right. Now we lasso that left foot. Pinky towards the back of the room. See if you're going to have the space to bend and straighten for your tricep. And leave it wherever. Lift that left leg up. Bend and straighten, tiny bit. Really feel that quad. You might feel it more if you turn that foot out. You're welcome to do that. And then press back. So tricep at the same time. You extend that leg. So we get that quad as well as that tricep. Sitting tall. Keeping that leg up. So many rules. Four, 3, 2, and 1, and we pulse. Push and pulse, push and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. All right, shake that out. We're coming up for a nice little stretch here. You're going to use the chair. So put the front of the right foot up in the chair. And then drop into it. Tuck those hips under. You could even try moving away with your body a little bit. And then bring that down. Left toes go up in the chair. Drop into it. Again, you might even see if you could push yourself a little forward. Very nice. Go ahead and bring that on up. All right. We're going to see if we can, so some of us, we're not going to be able to do this with the full fold in the band. Mine is probably too short, but I want you to try to see if you can tie the band doubled up around your thighs. I don't know if mine's going to work, and hopefully not have to use your hands. So again, my band, it used to be 5 feet, but I've had to trim it. So see if you can tie it in a knot-ish. And as I mentioned, mine might pop open at some point. We'll see. And this is the biggest challenge of class today. I'm going to buy a new one too, Terry. If they come in a pack of 2, I'll bring you one. I think you're just up the hill from me. All right. Woo! Well, mine is really tight. All right, so scoot your way to your right. Take your left toes, bring them in front of you, off to the side, around the back, and stand back through center. Up, around, and back. At the same time, you're bending your right leg. And see if you can then get the foot off the ground. At some point, if you need it to touch down, that's fine. Otherwise, either you trace that line on the ground, that semicircle, or you keep it in the air. Pause. We're switching directions. Leg goes back, standing leg is bent, outside leg down and around and up. Down and around and up. Down and around and up. You can do what you want with your hands right here. You can bring them out. I can't remember the arm movement that goes with this. I think we're going too fast to create the arms that are supposed to go with it. Woo. Now again, your standing leg might feel this as much or more than the leg that you think is working. Last two, last one. Take that left leg, point it out a little bit, lunge, and come in a little bit with your right leg. So we're not going to come together ever, right? We're going to go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other way, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, depending on how loose your band is, if you can go bigger steps, make bigger steps. Think about what you want to do with your feet. Parallel might be a little bit easier on your knees, but you could try a little turnout, and then when you step together, your back leg goes slightly behind. So first position, good. How are those outer hips doing? Right? We're just doing one more round, but then we have to come back this way, remember? Over there. And now last time over here. Now that that leg is in misery, bend your left leg, bring your right toes in front, slide them around, back, right? So either keep the toe on the ground, or if you're able, it comes up in the air, and that left leg is bending and straightening as you come up and down. I mean, as you go around. Boy, try not to fall on this because your legs are tied up. And again, standing leg might be feeling this quite a bit. Stand it up, we're going to reverse it. So we go back, side, front, back, side, front, bending that standing leg and then standing up and then leg in the air if you want and if you can. Four more. Last two. And last one. We're leaving these on. I'm going to grab my music. Meet me lying down, please. All right, so come on down. So as long as we have our legs tied up, let's work on that last little bit here, a couple different directions. Hey, babe. So we're lying down. Arm is on your ear, and let's hinge at the hips. Abs drawn in, waistline lifted. Top leg, lift it up and press it open and open. Couple options. You can turn that toe down and feel that a little bit more in that glute. You can turn the toe down and bring it slightly in front and slightly behind. In front, slightly behind. You could try leg up, but you're going to feel that a little bit differently. So it depends on what you are wanting to work here. And notice if your body is plopping up and down, you want to keep that lift, that little mouse house. Just two more here, because we've done a lot of outer hips. And relax. I don't want to overdo because that's something that will not feel very good tomorrow. We're going to switch to the other side. First, we're going to lie down in that straight line, arm on your ear, and then you're going to hinge. Waistline lifted, top leg is going to lift, and we lift up and up. You can flex, you can turn the toes down, you can add the tap in front and the tap behind. You can do it in turnout, heel down, or toe down, toe down. You can do a combination heel, toe, or toe, heel. One side might already be hurting. Second side might already be hurting. Mine is.
Couple more here. And relax. All right. Mosey your way over. One more time while we're in this position. You're going to be on your forearms and then round into a cat and then into a turkey. So you're then going to find your neutral spine. So pull those abs in. Tailbone is going to stay long. Let's straighten out the right leg. We're going to get a little bit of extension here. So we're going to lift that right leg, point the toe or flex the heel. Either way, try and get the rest of your body in a straight line. Last one. Ooh, bring it down. I promise we'll stretch those out in a second. All right, again, on your forearms, as if you were doing a plank, shoulders out of your ears, neutral spine, straighten out that left leg, and then when you're ready, you lift through that left leg. Try not to round in that upper body. Keep it going. And relax. Woo. Last thing. Come on over onto your spine. You're still lassoed in your feet. In your legs. Walk your feet, toe out, heel out, toe out, heel out, till those feet are wider than your knees. If your knees are collapsing, I need you to press out as much as you can to try and get the knees now as wide as the feet. Then we're going to bridge it up and then tuck those hips. And from there, we're just pressing out. But you got to keep those hips lifted, maybe even bring your hands underneath so that you know those hips are staying lifted. Don't let the band win. I noticed I was letting my knees collapse in. It's all about pressing out, pressing out, pressing out, never in, out. It's out, 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 out. And relax. Woo, here comes some good news. Slide that down. I thought about leaving it at your ankles, but we're not going to do that. Leave it tied up. Bring it to your hands, arms up overhead. Just take a quick break here. Deep breath in, exhale, pull your ribs down, pull your abs in. Arms are overhead, palms are facing away from each other. Press out on the band, out on the band. You should feel a little bit of tricep going on here, or a lot of it. Tiny press out, but at the same time, see what's going on here. Do those ribs pop up? Pull the ribs down, pull the abs in, neutral spine, so we're not smashed, right? Our hips aren't tucked. Pressing out, pressing out, pressing out, pressing out, pressing out, out, out. 3, 4, 7, 22, 8, 5, and 1. Relax. Shake that out. All right, if you are able to take a moment and untie your knot, go ahead and do so, please. I think I might have to cut mine out, which is gonna give me about a 2-foot band. Oh man, all right. I promise I won't take too long. Maybe. I didn't have space to make a slip knot, but we're getting there. The good news is they do, they do usually slide off of each other. If you are already done and you're just impatiently or patiently waiting for me, you can hug your knees into your chest and take a quick little break. I'll be with you in a moment. This moment is brought to you by Nutmeg and Flo. She's napping. You guys can nap for a second. All right, so once you get your band undone, we are going to fold it in half. And we're just going to bring it right here, just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Shoulders back and down. Lift your left leg up, tabletop position. Bring the band up against that thigh and then reach your fingers past your thigh. I'm gonna straighten my right leg just a little bit so you can see here what's gonna happen. I'm gonna press up against gravity and against my leg. And at the same time, I'm gonna resist with my leg, so it's a slight pull in and a slight pull in and a slight pull in with the leg, but mostly it's a press away with the arms. You have options. You can keep your right leg where it is, or you can bend it and keep it on the ground, a little bit nicer to your spine, or you can lift it up as if you're doing a single leg stretch. It's kind of more like single leg pull, and you can poke a hole in the opposite wall as you press and press and press and press. You should feel this in your abs. If it's too much on your low back, you're gonna flip that band. You're gonna use your biceps a little bit, and you're gonna push the leg away as you pull your arms towards you. Push and pull, push and pull. That'll be a little bit nicer if you need to for your back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it up. So, band across the right thigh. Lift up and press against the thigh, and at the same time, push the thigh against the band. Option to have your left leg down as you push and press, push and press. You can have the knee bent, push and press, push and press. Or like a single leg stretch, you can have it extended. And then one more time, just a reminder, if it's too much on your low back, if it's bothering your low back, you're gonna do the exact opposite. You're gonna press with the leg and pull with the arms, press with the leg and pull with the arms. 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right. Just arms overhead for just a quick second. Then stack those legs tabletop, find a nice neutral spine, and then hands come right above you. Deep breath in, exhale to lift up. Inhale, double leg stretch, but we're gonna open the legs and press out on the bands and then come back to center. Open and center. Open and center. Two more. Beautiful. Bring the band across the shins, hug those down and in, and take a couple little rocks side to side. Then bring that band down to your ankles, choke up on your grip, widen your elbows, bring your forehead to your knees, and roll like a ball. So I kind of always remind you guys that when you roll like a ball and you're holding on, the good news is you can help yourself up. The bad news is that band stops you from kicking. Last 2 and last 1. Go ahead and put your feet down, and let's just put the band around the arches if that's okay with you. If that seems dangerous to you, you're going to need to go the other way. Band over the tops of the feet first. All right, and then from there, we're going to lift those legs into tabletop, and then we're going to see if we can extend those legs. Find that balance. Option to widen the legs a little bit. Option to see if you could lift those arms a little bit higher and find that balance point. All right, we're going to do the fun rock here, right? So that band actually helps us rock, open leg rocker, or maybe it doesn't, you decide. And then you're going to remember that we're rocking on this one, so that in a few minutes when we do teaser, we're not rocking, we're doing the opposite. All right, next time you come up, sit up, just put those legs in front of you, and the not last thing, but one more little posture work is just this really subtle palms to the sky to start with, pulling back, elbows by your side. Sit up really tall. If you need to have your knees bent so you can sit tall, that's fine. All right, and then we're going to lift the elbows a little bit. I'm going to turn the palms down, get the elbows higher, and we're going to lift up. So just a couple different versions of rowing here, just to work those shoulder muscles in different angles. So knuckles are lower than your elbows. Beautiful. All right, from here, keep your legs where they are. See if you can roll your upper body down without your feet lifting off the ground. If that didn't happen, then you're going to bend your knees and put your feet flat on the ground, but you got to make sure that that band is secure. You may have to crisscross it, right? But then you're going to try to roll up. I think it's way easier with the legs straight, but you play with what you can do. So we're rolling up and down, using the bands to help us. All right, now changing it up, and I think I'm going to recommend most of us go ahead and put that band over the tops of your feet first, right? And then pull those loops around toward the arches, so you kind of lassoed your feet a little bit better. All right, because now we're going to do that same roll up, but as you know, legs are going to stay tabletop this time, right? So I'm going to use my arms and my abs. I'm going to do my best not to kick my feet away. Good. This time, stay up and see if you can lift and lower those legs without the torso moving, at least not too much. All right, take a break. You know what's coming, or maybe you don't. And that's the teaser, which is both ends of the body move at the same time. The small movement would be this, right? Arms and legs just open and close. A little bigger here, and all the way means all the way down, and then all the way up. And then all the way down, and all the way up. So you decide which version you want to do. You're just going to do 4 more. I can really only see 2 of you, so nice job, everyone. On the last one, see if you can hold it up. And then everyone come on down. Untangle your feet if they're tangled. Make sure your band is loose. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to start by just pulling the right knee in, no band or anything. Just give it a couple circles in one direction and then the other. And then right foot on the ground, we're going to do the same with the left. We're just going to kind of lubricate those hip joints first and then the other way. And then we'll put the left foot down. And we'll use the band across the right foot. Now you have a lot of different options. You can protect it, go across the top, and then crisscross behind, right? Or you can just go across the arch. If you feel secure, you could go across the ball, the foot, and the toe, or you can even go parallel for kind of extra stretch here. And then you're going to bring that band into your right hand. So right leg, right hand, and we're just going to bend the right elbow and let the right leg start dropping out to the right and the left leg drop to the left. Eventually, you might be able to drop your elbow onto the ground and let the right leg hang in space. So it's both an inner thigh and a hamstring stretch. And you're going to point and flex while you're over there. And then we'll use the left arm to bring everything back through center as we straighten out the left leg and flex through the heel. Now we're going to choke up on that band a whole lot, and we're going to bring that foot down and that knee down so the knee is into that right arm. And then we're going to start to straighten that leg. We're going to use that band to make our arms longer. And now we're going to pull the toes back and the ball of the foot back and then the heel up. And then keep reversing that. This is where it's kind of nice to have the band across the top of the foot, so that the toes and the ball of the foot and the heel press up, and then the toes come back, the ball of the foot comes back, the heel presses, and then the ball of the foot, and then the toes, and we're just kind of working through this. And then we're going to keep the legs straight, and the right arm goes to the right. We're going to turn the toes in and let the left elbow drop over to the left and rest, so that leg can rest in space in a pretty big outer hip and IT band stretch. And then again, we'll reach over with that right hand and we'll bend that knee. And we're going to take the band off as we cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Slide that left heel in, and we're going to lasso the back of the left hamstring. My band is folded, doesn't really matter. And we're going to use that to get an easy thread the needle, right? So now I'm using my arms rather than the leg. You might want to push out with that right leg, and you can feel free to extend that left leg up, and maybe do some circles with the foot. And then put the left foot down on the ground. You can just move your band out of the way. Let both legs drop to the left, so your right foot lands on the ground as well as the outside of that left thigh. So again, nice outer hip stretch here. You decide you want to press it farther open or pull it farther across. And then finally, as you lift both legs up, close the gap. Left foot is still on the ground. Walk the left foot back towards your hip, lift your hips, and move them slightly to the right as your knees drop to the left. And then as we come back through center, you'll straighten your left leg and let the right leg follow, and just see if maybe that right side might feel a little better. Bring your feet to intermittent knee position, square your hips back up to center, and lasso your left foot for me, please. Left hand holds onto the band, drop that left elbow to the side, right arm, right leg opens, left leg getting a nice stretch, inner thigh and hamstring. Then we use that right arm to help bring everything back as we straighten the right leg. Grab hold of those bands and bring that knee in nice and close. Flex through the right heel, and then see if you can straighten that left leg. And this is where we point the toes up in the air, pull them back, pull the ball of the foot back, press the heel up, and just go through that movement a couple times. And then band in the right hand, toe turned in, and we'll drop that right elbow to the side and get that nice IT band, outer hip stretch. And then we're going to bend that leg and cross it over the left thigh, right thigh. Thread our needle, lasso the back of the right hamstring. Use that elbow to press open, and then if you want, you can straighten out the right leg, and again, maybe give some ankle rotations there. Then bend that knee. Let both feet drop over to your right, so the left foot lands on the ground and the outside of your right thigh. And then as you come back through center, you'll just close that gap, press your feet closer to your hips, lift up, drop the hips slightly left, and let your knees drop right, please. Come on back through center, straighten everything out. Deep breath in, either roll up or roll over onto your side. All right, and we'll come into our cat turkey. So you're gonna round into your kitty cat and open in your turkey. Round into your cat, open in your turkey. Stay in your turkey, press up onto your high plank, walk it into a down dog, pedal your feet out, wide stance, hands on your thighs, turkey, gobble, gobble, cat, turkey, gobble, back through center. We have our curtsies. Thank you, guys. OMG facts and Thanksgiving plans. Since I won't see you guys until, oh no, I'll see you next week before Thanksgiving. Silly me, unless you're not going to be here. Okay, OMG facts. Speaking, you'd probably heard that there a lot of people are traveling this year for Thanksgiving, although I don't think too many of you guys are.